What's up out there, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope all is well with you guys out there on this beautiful warm Thursday. All's good over here. That was a sound clip from Keenan and Peele. I think that's their names, comedians. And the drill sergeant, had the cadets out on a morning run, all right? And it was a lot of them, and he was just singing away about the way it really is, with the service and everything in a lot of cases, not in all cases. All right. By the time he got finished with that song right there, he stopped and looked around and seen he didn't have any of the cadets behind him. They had flew. Vamoose, gone. You see what I'm saying? And I don't blame him. Now, in light of this war that we are in, our government has started with Iran. There is a lot of servicemen are like vowing out of fighting for the U.S. Okay, they don't want to do it, and it's all over social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and other places like that, Facebook even. That they're not gonna fight. A lot of them basically going AWOL. Okay, so what does Uncle Sam do? He raises the Army enlistment age limit, that is, to 42, and eases marijuana restrictions. In other words, if you have one offense or something like that, or drugs or paraphernalia, he's willing to waive all that now. Well, why? Why not? Now, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, it's pretty much boiling down to what I said in the first place. People are starting to wise up, about the government. Just like what I think it was JFK said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Man, fuck that shit, okay? And that's just, look, that's just what it is. Come on now. Y'all can't be around here going into these foreign countries telling them what they can have and what they can't have, and you got it all. Weapons of mass destruction, okay? That's what the war claims to be about, and it's always been that way. But we have to keep in mind that everything is going according to scriptures. So I would advise a lot of you guys that may not be into the Most High Word to get into it, because there's a forthcoming foreshadow of what's to come, okay? And that's just what it is. Now, I have a minute and a half clip getting more in depth about this reason why they say they are raising the limit, to 42. So without further ado, let's check it out.
This is a major changes coming to the U.S. Army. It is expanding its recruitment pool by allowing older recruits to enlist. Sources familiar with the decision said this is a long-term effort by the Army to widen the recruiting pipeline amid persistent shortfalls. Let's examine all this by the numbers. The Army is raising the maximum enlistment age from 35 to 42. The minimum age to enlist remains at 17 years old with parental permission. This is not the first time the Army has raised its age cap. In 2006, during the height of the Iraq War, the service lifted the cap to 42. The Army lowered it back to 35 years old then in 2016. Bringing the limit back up puts the Army more in line with other branches like the Air Force and Navy, which both cap enlistment at 41, while the Marine Corps' cap is 28 years old. Along with the age increase, the Army will now allow enlistments of individuals with only one marijuana-related conviction. Meanwhile, the military has seen an increase in interest. In 2025, enlistment reached its highest levels in 15 years, with an average of 103% of recruitment goals achieved across all branches. Despite this, the biggest hurdle with recruiting has been a lack of eligible candidates. The Pentagon estimated only about 23% of young Americans 17 to 24 years old are eligible to serve. Much of this is due to academic performance and obesity.
So you see, this is nothing but a strategy to get more people, older people, middle-aged people, to fight this war right here. And that's basically what it boils down to. And once they get their quota, what they're going to do is put boots on the ground in Iran. And that's what it all boils down to. You know, you can't fool me. See, but like I said, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Let these warmongers fight their own battles. You see, like I said, you say it's because Iran, you know, has weapons of mass destruction, and you are concerned about how they treat their own people. Well, the same thing can be said for Americans. You know what I'm saying? We have weapons of mass destruction, and look, the government here does not treat us right. Starting with the food, I've said it time and time and time again. The kind of chemicals that they are putting in the food, not fit for human consumption. Do the government care? Does the Food and Drug Administration care? No, they don't. Okay? No, they don't. Look how you treat Americans just on that alone, just to keep the medical industries funded. You see, so they can stay on top while people go down to the bottom, if you understand what I'm saying. Literally. You see. So, does that mean that foreign countries should have the right to go and start throwing air hammers over here, dropping on us? No, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, by America's standards, that's what they're saying. Okay? That's what it all boils down to. Which we all know is for other reasons, like oil. See, what we have to understand about Esau, I'm going to tell you his God, what it stands for. G stands for gold, O stands for oil, and L stands for, what is it? I can't remember. Anyway, that's what his God is. That's what his God basically boils down to being. We'll just fill in for D, damnation. Gold, oil, and damnation. Because that's basically what his God is going to get him when it's all said and done. You see. But what say you people? Tell me what you think about this situation right here. Do you think that 42-year-old men and women now should enlist now in the army just because Uncle Sam says, damn it, we want you 42? Let me know in the comment section. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And people, please remember to live your life as though we're being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.